Would like to thank you for following us on UBUMWE Community Center TV. This is a TV that is found in UBUMWE Community Center. This center is really known especially on helping people with disabilities. Again, they help other people like vulnerable in the community. It's in this sense that in 2017 they made a step and reached out to street kids. They were brought into school and others were brought into vocational training schools, and also their talents were taken care of. So some of these kids shared their long stories of long journey at the street. In order to tell their stories, so they had to organize a concert and invite different people so that they can deliver their story of their journey. The Singizimana Zachary was invited in this concert and he was present by then, so he promised them to take care of them and to take care of their talents. Thank you so much. My name is Daise Abdu and I do come from Chanika. For me to come here at the street, my parents were not really taking care of me and they couldn't even pay my school fees, so I ended up dropping out of school. I went to the streets and that's where I found a lady called Mama Osama. She was really pitying us and she took us at her home. She started to take care of us and we started a dancing group. First of all, I would like to thank you who are watching me. My name is Ladukunda Musa. My home is here in Gisa in Rubavu district. The sector is Rugerero and the village is Rucham. To find myself here at the streets, it's because of the family in which I lived. Most of the times for a kid to quit home and go to the streets, it's because of the parents who are irresponsible. On my side, what made me to run away from home and end up to the streets, it's because I had no rights at home. So thank you so much. Me to at the street, the life at the street was really tough for me because I used to go around begging, sometimes and steal, pickpocketing people, things like that. So sometimes I could go and beg and people beat me. So because of my friends, the peer, the pressure, every time I could see them, I would like to join them, and my parents were unhappy with me joining the groups, so I wanted to join them and to have fun with them. So we could go together, go to town, find some jobs, and come with just small money. So we could share this small money that we've worked for. Then after sharing this money and we go back home, when we reach home, our parents were unhappy with us, with me. I couldn't understand how parents can be rude to me, yet I went to find money and there was no money at home, there was no food at home. During morning hours, these kids are always cleaning and, practicing hygiene. When they're done with hygiene, it's time now for breakfast. These kids are really remarkable in Bravo district as kids who are really talented. And this is confirmed by different competitions and different events they're invited. Some of the competitions they are even rewarded. This is not something they started now, it's something they have been doing for a while till they found themselves here in UBUMWE Community Center, the center that is really helping their talents to grow. So these kids, when they remember the hard times they had at the street, they now give an advice to those who are still at the street in order to have a better future.
hari abana bava batekereza ko niba bagiye ku muhanda akayibyo bizima nyine nkaho dusanga badafite ibibazo bavuye iwabo kubera agahararo bakaba bagiye ku muhanda.
My names are Osama, so I live at Majengo. My advice, most of the time some kids do run away from their home and they want to go and experience the street life. They think it's a good life, but I'm here now to tell you the truth. Sometimes you go hungry for the morning and for the evening. It's really hard, it's really tough, the street life. By chance you may come up with 100, you may beg, you may ask someone and gives you 100, and sometimes you don't get it. So when you get it, you keep that 100 into your pocket, but when you don't get it, you go and sit at the restaurant where the bosses are eating, when they leave food, so you go for the leftovers. When you don't and get the leftovers, then you bring your 100, then you now pay for the leftovers. So this life at the street is really hard, it's really rough. When I reached the streets, the first thing that was really hard for me is to get food. So I could see my friends, my fellows going to beg to people, so I could follow them also beg. So whenever you beg, sometimes you're given or you're not given, but when you're given, we could go at different restaurants and we would carry some like small bags with us where we could put the leftovers that people had left on their plates. I told you that this center takes care of people with disabilities. When these street kids met people with disabilities, their relationship is really cool. Here is the testimony of the people who take care of these street kids here at UBUMWE Community Center. My name is Nizeimana Jean-Claude. I work here in UBUMWE Community Center, especially I do take care of these street kids. I work in the program called Family Talent Education. We do have a positive change on these street kids. As you know, every kid can change. He can be good as long as he can get all that he needs in the society. If the society can provide like all that he needs, like the basic needs for him. There is no bad kid. If the society can change, can bring a positive change in a kid's life by giving, all the basic needs, then any kid can have a positive change in his or her life. During their free time means they are not at school. It's now their right time to go for revision and to maximize their exercises they were given. Since they have come from streets, their daily life, they're having a positive change in their lives. We no longer call them street kids. They are now called kids, as we all know they are kids. And they're kids that are having proper visions like other normal kids. So as you can see, they are learning, they are doing their revisions, they are going through their studies. So it's now a proper program for them. They have a proper vision, a proper future. Every time we teach them that they should be responsible for their lives, and they have to know that their life belongs to them and it's in their hands. So whenever they are together, they are chilling, they are having fun, they are having different conversation, different dialogues about their life, their experience on the streets and their experience here at the center. It's really good to see them when they are together. They have also an inclusive program. That reason made leaders of the center reach out and bring these street kids into the center. Chimimon Justin, coordinator of UBUMWE Community Center. This is what he said. My name is Shimiman Justin. I'm the coordinator of UCC UBUMWE Community Center. The mission of UCC UBUMWE Community Center is to take care of people with disabilities. But we don't stop there. We also take care of the vulnerable people in the community. So we brought them here at the center in order to help them and to give them a better direction for their future. Most of the people are asking themselves about the changes that have occurred in these kids' lives. So in brief, these kids and the people responsible from them, they're saying it's really understandable that the experience is quite different from the life they used to live on the street and the life they are now experiencing here at the center change. These habits or these behaviors, they learned them at the streets. And now the behaviors at the streets and the behaviors here at the center are totally different. But again, it's a journey. It's a journey. We are journeying with them, trying to help them to come up with a positive behavior.
twaraje umunsi wa mbere tuje bahise baduhereza amata turanywa
We arrived here, we were given milk and some food to eat, and we were taken care of. That's where we realized that this is the right place for us. So they continued to take care of us, providing food, you know, helping us take shower, teaching us to promote hygiene here, and cutting our hair, everything that has something to do with hygiene. We were taken to William's office, we were given clothes, we were given shoes, then from there we went back. In the morning, come at the center, eat, drink, shower, and dance and do all that has to do with our programs here at the center. Then in the evening we go back home, so we could struggle no more with foods and drinks and clothes. So now it's up to us to follow the rules of the center in order to access the food and to access all the hygiene stuff and to have the clothes and the shoes.
bityo rero uyu munsi hari intambwe bateye, hari aho bageze.
Of course, we've done a lot, but again, we haven't achieved the perfect percentage of where we want to see these kids. They're really doing well at school, and one of them was among the kids who scored the highest marks at the primary level. This shows us that there is a remarkable achievement of the good behavior, discipline that they learned here at the center. And another one also graduated recently from the vocational training school, which is really good. It really shows us that there is something that is changing in their lives. So we are still looking forward to help these kids, how they can get money, how they can create their own jobs in order to get money, instead of going to the streets back or instead of begging people to give them money. So they are able to create their own job and they are able to earn money for them. So it was so important for me to be here at this center because I no longer go hungry. I eat, I drink, and I would like also to thank Mr. Zachary who brought us here. My advice to our fellows who are still at the streets is to go out of the streets, go back home, or join the centers like this one in order to have a good future. So during free time, they have a room where they gather and they watch the TV. The skills and the intelligence that these kids have, it really shows that they will all have a better future.
navuga hari nk'umubyeyi nyine usanga afite umwana ariko ntamwitayeho, cyangwa ugasanga umubyeyi umwe yikorera akazi nk'uburaya.
So what I can say is that there are parents who are irresponsible, who don't take care of their kids, like parents who prostitute themselves, so they have no time to take care of their kids. They struggle at home, they don't get their parents to talk to them, they have no food, so they end up running away from their home and go to the streets. We want to take care of ourselves when we are at a young age. It's quite hard when you don't have food at home, no one you can tell your feelings, so you end up going at the street. You go to struggle for yourself, and you are forced to do so. It's not because you are in a good mood, but you're forced to do so, you're obliged to do so. So if maybe we can be offered the good education, we can be taken care of, we can be given like food. We want also to do something good for ourselves, to do something good for our parents, to please them, and they will never regret in the coming days. So I would like to say that parents, please take care of us. Do your best to give us the basic needs so that also we can have a better future. So I would like to end by thanking you all. Thank you so much. So I would like to thank UBUMWE Community Center for bringing me here at the center, for taking care of me. As you can see, I'm good, I'm smart, and I'm at school. Yeah, everything is going well. We are here at the center during this time. We are trained in different things. So I would like to thank Mr. Zakari. Would like to thank all people who are taking care of us, Nakit and Abuba, who taught us how to dance. So we learned so many things here at the center. So I would like to thank UBUMWE Community Center. I no longer struggle to get food. In the morning I can have like porridge, I can have lunch, I can have dinner, so I'm good. So here we learn a lot of things, languages like English, French, and sign languages. So I would like to take this opportunity to thank even our teachers who are really doing a great job. And yeah, we are really grateful for that.
language buno ndayikora ntacyo nshaka kuvugana n'umuntu ufite ubumuga bwo kutavuga nabyo ndabishimira ubumwe kandi n'abarimu beza bafite murakoze kabisa.
Icyo gihe twaje ari mu kwa 12 mu kwa mbere hageze igihe cy'ishuri kiratangira. Mu gihe cy'ishuri gitangiye bagenzi banjye nyine tukimabwira nyine bahise baduhitishamo ngo buri wese ngo yige icyashaka.
We arrived here in December. In January we started the school. Everyone was given the right to have his choice. When others chose to go back to school, I chose to go for vocational trainings. So now I'm a sewer. I do sew clothes. I'm good. When I go out of UCC UBUMWE Community Center, I can be able to create my own job and get my money and feed myself. So this is amazing. Like when you talk to these kids, that's when you get to know the right and the positiveness that is in these kids. So these kids, before they came to UCC, they were living a miserable life. They were living a hard and tough life at the street. So when we brought them here at school, we taught them different behaviors. We taught them how to live with others, how to socialize with others, how to, we taught them so many things. But something that really amazed us is the talents and the gifts that were hidden in them. These kids are really good and they're doing good in their studies, and their skills and their talents are really developing, and it's good and it's perfect when you discover something in the kid and you support him to push it on the next level. So in addition to what we give them as education, but with social life we have contributed something that is really good. They have access to not only education but access to medical insurances. They have access to different things here at the center. Their lives have changed, and like we took care of them. We followed them from primary level, secondary level. We would like to take them over until we see that there is a huge change now. Their projection to their future is really brighter. Not only what we contributed in their lives, but also what they contributed for themselves. We discovered the massive talents and gifts that were hidden in them, and sometimes they are invited in different events, occasions, and they do well. Different competitions, they are rewarded for that. They come up with good appearance. So up to now we are still looking forward to help them and to take them to the next level. Talk about their education, their talents, and everything. Hope by the grace of God, everything will work well. Thank you so much. Sometimes kids end up on the street because of their indiscipline, but also sometimes because of their parents. What do we say about this? I would like to apologize on behalf of the kids that do run away from home for no reason and end up on the streets. But again, we know you're so forgiving, but you can again be patient with these kids and just receive them back home and take care of them. So my advice is to follow the advice of our parents and be good to them, and them they will be good to us as well, because the street life is not good at all. Let us be patient and live together with our parents. If we have food, we eat. If there is no food, then we wait for tomorrow.
ikintu nabwira ababyeyi kugira bafate abana babo neza babarere ni ukutabatera.
My advice, our parents, they should take care of us. They should take care of kids and give them all that they need, all their basics, so that they can have a good life. If it's not that, kids will continue to go back to the streets.
ababyeyi ntabwo babahereza ibyo kurya iki cyangwa babahereza inshingano zabo ngo bajye ku ishuri ngo bajye ibyo ngibyo nicyo kibura cyane cyane ku babyeyi.
nyine ngewe icyo nagira inama nagira abantu bakiri ku muhanda, ndabizi pe hari igihe usanga nubwo tuvuga turi mu rugo nta kintu kiri, ariko biba byiza iyo ubanye n'umubyeyi ukamenya ko muri kumwe n'umubyeyi.
So I know the life that we're living, some of us in at our homes, it's a miserable life. But again, if you are at home, you are at home. So the street is not a home. Sometimes you can even be hard at the street and no one is going to take care of you. I know because I have an experience. I'm talking of my experience. So street life is hard. No one can, if they give you today, no, don't expect tomorrow. But when you're at home, you share what you have with your fellows and your parents. When it's not there, you sleep, you wait for tomorrow. But what I know is that being at home with your parents is better than being at the streets. We as kids, we would like to give an advice to our fellows who are still at the street: go back home and join their families, or join centers like this one, UCC, because the life of the street is not good. Don't wait to be hurt, don't wait to be brought to jail. So we need to have a secure place and a better future. Thank you so much.
u Rwanda rushaka, ahubwo ruragira ngo mwese abashe kwasubiza mu miryango mukore, kuko ngo ni mu Rwanda rw'ejo. Murakoze kandi mukomeze mudukurikire. Yes.
Ubuzima bw'abana, inama nagira ababyeyi, ubuzima bw'umwana buratureba twese. Mbere yuko umwana aba uw'igihugu, mbere na mbere umubyeyi wamubyaye niwe wakagombye gufata.
So the life of the kids, we are all concerned, whether it's the government, whether the parents, the neighbors, the leaders, we are all concerned about the life of these kids. So we should all ask ourselves this question: then what does the kid really need in order for him or her to have a better life? Most of the time, these kids go to the street because they have no one to take care of them at home. It's not because they want to go to the streets. It's because they lack of someone to take care of them, someone to give them advices, someone to love them, someone to, be there for them. Some of them go to the street because of poverty at home, because of, they have nothing to eat, they go hungry. And others go to the street because of the peer pressure of the fellow friends who live at the street, so they draw them to the street. So this life they experience at the street, it's a life that doesn't give them hope, doesn't give them a future, doesn't give them a vision. It's a life that is miserable. So we call upon all these kids who are at the street to please go back home, or these parents to please take care of the kids. And the family cannot have a conversation, dialogue at home, like parents talk to your kids, kids talk to your parents, share the stories. This it's really important, because parents come from their job, they have no time to talk to their kids. They are tired, they come and just go directly to bed. They don't ask their kids what's going on. So this kind of life is what draws the kids to the streets. So I would like to tell these parents who bring their kids at the streets so that they can go and bring money to feed their parents. It's contrary to what they should be doing. They should be the ones going to work and bring money and feed the kids. So this is not something good, and it's working against us. It's working against the community, and again, it's the kids.
kijya ku muhanda. Hari n'ababyeyi nanagaya nabo bajya bafata abana bakaba aribo baba intandaro yo kubashora ku muhanda kugira ngo babashe kubatunga. Ubwo ni umuco ugayitse, ni umuco utari mwiza, kandi ntabwo ari indangagaciro z'umunyarwanda nyawe ukwiriye.
It's good, and thank you for following us. So in the coming days, you will be watching these kids and watching their talents on this TV. So in order for you to have all the news, all the information, please subscribe on this TV channel, UBUMWE Community Center. I hope you're having good time. See you soon. Thank you so much.